Okay, so we're going to do a little bit more about Lag Baomer. Okay, so the first thing to understand is that the shorish, we're on the way to Kabbalah Torah and Shavuos, the shorish of connecting the Torah properly is Source Torah, and that is Rabbi Shimon. That's what Shimon, the Zohar says, Shimon, if I remember right, says, I think it's a good one as well. Shimon is Mash Avon. Shimon means erase, destroy sin. And this idea of Shmiya, Shimon is hearing, you understand, you get it, you hear it. This is the idea of what the Shir Bar Chai is about. We want to get to this place where we wake up our intrinsic connection to Hashem, like we were speaking about the last time a little bit, but it's even more than that, because we want to be able to keep Hashem in our day throughout the day. We want to live with Hashem. That's what it comes down to, just start to really live with Hashem. That's our job. And the more a person works on this, the more a person works on trying to remember Hashem in my day, in a good way, in a balanced good way, the more a person is able to do so. And it's just a bit of an avodah. It's slowly but surely that we have to think a little bit differently. It's not so hard. It's a big avodah. And things change. Things shift within a person. It just takes a lot of time. Very often it takes a lot of time. We have to learn how to handle the difficulties and the bitterness and all of these things. And you have to, this is a great deal of what Tefillah Sohom is about, this idea of counting down and waiting and holding on and holding on again and holding on again and holding on again and holding on again. That's what it comes down to, this idea of this concept of I'm waiting to finally make the non-Torah. We want to make it through, to connect to the Torah, to understand what the Torah really is. The essence of the Torah is there's no words to really express how incredible Torah is and where it takes us and what it is. It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing, amazing thing. So that's the bechina of this Lag Baomer. That's the bechina. And you have to know again this idea of measurement. And Omer is a particular measurement because you need a very, very, very particular and specific tzimtzum. If you want to get anywhere in the Torah, you have to constrict. You have to figure out how to make limits that are going to work for you. You have to do what you're supposed to do, know what you're supposed to learn, and focus whatever you can, and do whatever you can. Right? That's through limits. It's limiting. I need to learn how to limit. Now, Omer is a particular midah. That's it. Not more. Not more. Ribaor is the worst problem. When you have too much enthusiasm, you overdo it, it's not going to help.
Zealous Bolshevik.
Yeah, zealous everything. Like, too much. It's not too much. You have to be exactly the right amount. Not too much and not too little. As the Chazon said, the person he said, I think you should sleep 8 hours. He never slept 8 hours. You need to sleep 8 hours a night. He tell people. So people say, well, maybe I need only 6, 7. Why should I sleep 8? He said, if you need only 6 or 7, you sleep 8. You'll have a cheshbon. Why do you get that extra hour sleep for nothing? He said, but if you need 8, you get sleep 6. Then you're going to be asked, why do you blow your whole day? Because you didn't sleep 2 more hours. You need to sleep enough, you need to do enough, you need to be connected, you need to learn how to connect to Hashem balance. And every person has his difficulties that he needs to overcome. Every person has his challenges he needs to overcome. And Rashbi is really the best way, the very best way, of connecting and overcoming those challenges. The best way to do it is connecting to Rashbi. That's why this bechina again, this mashavom, bechina of really hearing, this bechina of Rav Nosson says also, this bechina of accessing ayeh. When access this very high light that gave light to him to even the furthest places. And that light is from the place of the very high place of Ayeh. That's what it's from.
The Rav says the Rashbi is the best way to help us overcome our challenges.
Mm-hmm.
We go to Rashbi, Lamar, so what do we do? To help us, to ask for the help. What's the best way to do?
Do tshuva.
Mm-hmm.
Be a lot of simcha.
Tshuva can't be through video, you said.
No, simcha. What's the
Tshuva
problem?
through simcha.
Bechia Rabbi Nachman says, "B'simcha yagilon kol hayom." Bechia is I will be rejoicing in simcha the whole day. That's which is bechia. Right? B'simcha yagilon kol hayom is bechia.
Bechia is not easy to get.
Again, the fee how it is, the fee where you are, the fee what it is. You just have to do your best. But you have to know that this is this is the challenge that I need to be I'm put in, because this is what I need. This is exactly what I need. This is exactly what I need. There's no mistakes. There's no errors, and I have to stay focused and stay on point. I have to be a place where somebody's avodah is known as what, all sorts of crazy things. All sorts of crazy things. And you have to be very, very careful. There's an end of tumah. Always know the tame. And you have to know that the Ishbitzer would say that the Kohen is not allowed to tame.
That the what?
The Kohen has a special holiness. He's not allowed to be defiled because the Jewish people imbue him with special purity. It's not about him. I mean, listen. This is what it comes down to. It's really not such a simple thing. Like learning how to. It's hard to express in a way that people understand, but we want to get to a place of dvekus and connection. That's really what we're aiming for. We want very, very much to remember Hashem and be with Hashem at all times. That's really that's the goal. That's mamish the goal. And to realize that whatever I do a mitzvah, I'm bringing a big aura into the world. Bring a big aura. Like that's what Hashem, one of the big giluim of the Zohar. When I do a mitzvah, I'm bringing a huge aura, tremendous illumination, unbelievable light, sublime light. That's what I'm doing. And that's a big part of what you get. Wherever you learn the Zohar, that's what it talks about. The greatest for Torah, the greatest for learning the mitzvahs, of doing the mitzvahs, all of these things. There's no words for how much you can get if you're just connecting, if you're just focusing on this reality. The mitzvah is the deepest connection to Hashem. There's no words for what you can get to and where you can get to, and that's the call for Rashbi. That's the call again. So in terms of what you should do, each person has one thing that they need to do. One person should really learn the whole Idra for sure. One person there's a lot of dancing, right? So assuming you don't get crushed, it's a bit of a crushing crowd there. But if you have the koach, try to hop around the dancing. Try to hop around the dancing. Spend an hour or two dancing. And just really feeling appreciation. Like, thank you. I have a shaykhis. I'm not a cholik. Versus, at least I'm not a cholik. I'm not anti. I want to be havdekis. I want to be connected. It's a lot of. It's hard. It's not so easy these days. But I want. I really want. And grab that dancing. Grab the tefillah inside. Also the intense tefillah, whatever way you can. With mochnik with greatness, like another little bit of tefillah.
You can get an injection of godless there.
Yeah, exactly. It has to come from a tremendous place of simcha. Tremendous place of like ashreinu. Really ashreinu. And there's no words. Without Rosh Hashanah, we couldn't make it. Everyone brings this out. Kedahu Rosh Hashanah lismoch al b'shasatcha, right? This idea of like Rosh Hashanah, when it's hard, he's the address. So that means there in the Gemara, yeah, you can do that later or whatever, you can do this, you can do that. But the bottom line is that really, when things are hard, he's the way to get through it. This whole Bechir and Rosh Hashanah is encompassing of Kabbalah and Arizal and Baal Shem Tov and all these different inyanim, all these different things. That's the greatness. There's no words. I just try to connect, trying to live with with some Lachas is the most important. Everything's very important. Lachas is very, very important. Halacha, like slowly but surely trying to be kind of the Ratzon Hashem, slowly but surely getting to it. Halacha is very important. Nothing says the more halacha you know, the more you're able, you have the kelim to get the chizik, to fulfill the eitz of chizik. Halacha is really, really important, especially from the Gemara to halacha. That's great. But halacha cannot be underestimated. There's no question about it. And the way I was taught halacha does not mean you just read kitzur halachas and you're fine. Kitzur chanach and you're fine. That's not what it means. It means knowing what to do when. It means like Mr. Brewer or like learning through like all the pratim. The kitzur chanach is a good start. That's important, but you need to learn and know and hold in halacha, shulchan aruch. And like at the very least, so you can't do kutarach so otzuyira. Kitzur kutarach is the otzuyira. That's masudar al pi the Torah. It's very flawed because the Rashi said a lot more, and the trainer of himself.
Otzuyira is flawed.
Otzuyira is not flawed. Otzuyira, what it's supposed to be, is exactly right. You have everything about emunah, everything about emes, etc., all the way to Torah tshuva, all these things. Kitzur kutarachas is Otzuyira set up according to the teaching. So sometimes it's very flawed, because sometimes you're missing like a bomb, an impossibly important thing, and it's not relevant to Emunah, not to Emes, not to this, not to, it doesn't fit into Otsuyura. But if you're going to write a Ketubah, it fits in. So they made this really great book. In a way, it's really great because at least you see something of the how things work. But in a way, there could be an incredibly important piece which is like completely missing.
It's something more surmountable than anything.
It's exactly no. I'm not saying again. Each person at least connecting some way. Like again, with I can't find to bring. He said the first thing a breastfeeder needs to know is Otsuyira. The first book, because it's like it gives you like how to live. Like especially there are atheists there that are just you don't know about that, and you're in trouble. There's no words for how important, how essential that is, especially in the chizik. But in everything, it's like a lot of atheists. How to do this? How do you get this? How do you get that? Like there's no. When you learn the mashal, you're an avodah and Otsuyira. And that's something I, by the way, very highly recommend as extremely strong.
The what?
Of the strongest piece in the Otsuyira, the strongest section maybe, is Chelek Gimel in the new set, the beginning, the year of Avodah, and it's just like, it shows you how inseparable and unified Chizik is with Yira and Avodah. They're one. You can't have Yira without Chizik. It doesn't. From a breast point of view, it's not real at all. It's not good. Even though, like Rabbi Yonah says, yes, the depression of the Avera is part of the truth and it bothers you and all that, you have to be on the level to be able to do that. And that's a very big, big avodah. Sometimes a person's able to do it, and good, great. If you can do it, wonderful. But
You can't have Yira without Chizuk.
exactly.
Could you have Chizuk without Yira?
Yes, but it's not as dangerous.
That's
It's also
what's
dangerous. Yeah, it's also dangerous. But it's not as dangerous. The Yira without the Chizik, the person's going to lose everything. So without Yira, so he's less connected. He's not as genuine as he could be when he should be. So these are things, all these things are things you get from Rishima. So that's what it comes down to. You want to have a connection to living Nachman. You want a connection to dessert, to all these good things. This is the place and the best time to do it. So, no matter what, not someone came to it as well. He said he went to Rashbi and he's, so deep, the Rashbi's everything. And he said, I didn't feel much. He said he went to Yochanan Sander. He felt more. He kept working. Like, you do what you can. This is the only time ever in Rashbi.
Where is your Yochanan son?
Yochanan Sander?
Sandlar.
Yeah, he's about. Yeah. No, but see, he said, he was like, it does work, it doesn't work. It's not absolute. It's not, you do your best. But it's important to try to grab whatever I can grab. And to really, to understand, it's like it's a chasna, grab on, do some zohar, do some this, do some that. Whatever you can do. Grab onto it. But the deeper level of what the Torah is really about, the Sam Chayim, this beautiful thing, what's really happening, that's available in Lag Baomer on their own, especially Lag Baomer. And B'chlal in Lag Baomer. That's exactly what it is. This tzimtzum, to have the right kind of constriction, and the right, again, no ribur, but to have the connection to Hashem, in a way it's going to be the right way, the way it should be. That's what it is. That's how it is. That's the opportunity that we have, a special opportunity, especially when you're going there. There's no words.
Can you do a video before Lag Baomer?
You can look at it before. I don't remember. I think there's no tachlan. Is there? I don't remember if there's tachlan ever. But there's no tachlan. So you can't if there's tachlan. You can't. So you do before chatzos.
The video is a different.
But it's not the point.
Tachlan, no?
It's not the point. No.
I thought you can do a video anytime.
No. You should not do video. I don't
Even
think.
every Shabbos after chatzos you can do video. Not
I don't think that's true. Perhaps I'm wrong though. I don't remember that at all. As far as I recall, the video is also part of the Inyana.
That's what I thought.
I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't believe you can do it after Chatzos and Erev Shabbos, and any time when you don't do Tachlan, you don't do Vidui. That's part of why the Tikkun Chatzos, when you only do Tikkun Leah, there's no Vidui, because you cannot do Vidui. You can't do it. It's not so to say you can do it any time, because it generally brings a person down in a certain way, which hopefully Amanat in order to go up. So this is the idea. We want to learn how to change. And that is one of the things in deeper. We want to learn how to transform the depression and the anguish into joy. And that's one of the big avodas of Lag Baomer.
So what do we do? We ask for it.
What do we do?
Change.
What do we do? Ha ha ha. What do we do? What we do, we grab hold of the depressions and we bring it into the dance. That's what we do.
That's what Likutei Halacha says.
Yes, but
how do you do it, Lamaisa?
How do you do the Maisa? You have to learn how to. We learn how to understand that we're very, very, very fortunate. And we're so fortunate, and that my worrying about the negative and my not being willing to bring it in and connect it to the positive, realize that the positive is much greater, and I want to change that negative. And I'm gonna change that negative estrogen, but the price is so much greater when I don't realize that. So I'm losing out.
How do you do that?
It's an avodah. Do some dancing, do some davening,
So-
do a little tilling.
So then they sing Ashrecha Misrael.
Yeah, exactly.
My,
Mamash.
my situation, I have to get married. I'm not married.
Okay,
Cost
you
me
will.
time.
Good
So
one.
what I do, I'm in, I dance, and I say, Hashem, thank you for I'd kind of being married and be happy.
Thank
with,
you for all the good. There's so much good. And try to remember
Or
the
just
good.
focus, ignore that.
So
focus on
much good. You have to know. Please help. I want to have completion. This is
How do you
completion.
schlep that tsar into the dancing? I know how to ignore it. I can try to ignore
That's
it.
what Rebbe says. The biggest mile is to grab hold of it and bring it in.
So how do you do that? How do I grab that thing?
You have to. It's an avoda. It's not
Well,
so
what is it?
easy. I think
What-
every
what-
person
what
is
am I trying
different.
to achieve?
I think every person is different. I don't think that there's one way.
Okay.
The main thing is to realize that Hashem's with me and everything's going to be fine. It's just around the corner.
Mhm.
Everything's going to be the way it's supposed to be. And davening and asking.
Mhm.
Simple, but like getting to this place of like this, the anguish and the depression that comes from that tsar is in my way. It's an impediment.
How do you, what attitude would you have when you pray for something on Lag Baomer at Miron?
Just asking Hashem. I have
With
nothing.
the simcha?
Chesed, yes, chesed chinam. It could be from a year. Every person is different. It's hard to have an absolute answer. I'm just saying the general thing is this realization about training. Like I said, that's a good, very good place to start. That year of avodah. If you have your avodah year, you have your avodah year. Get open up the. I guess it's volume Gimel. Open up, start reading it. It's very strong, chizukim, powerful pieces of like yira is it's one thing. It's not two things. And whatever you do is eternal, like internalizing that, and working on that, and working with that, and seeing that. That's what it comes down to. So it's a little bit about the Lag Baomer. Hashem Shabbos Mizocha. We should have the aura of Lag Baomer. Tremendous giluyim, tremendous things. And that's really the shorish. That's the shorish of everything. That's Jewish continuity. It's all about these bechinas of Shimon and these deep things. Deep. Deepest deep. No words. But how deep? Hashem Shekhinah, Hashem Shalom.
Amen.
Hashem.